All right. Something happened there. The whole stream went down. But don't know exactly what that was, but we're back. And I guess this will now have to be part 3. Question is where? I'm not sure exactly when the thing cut off. I'm not even sure what I was in the middle of doing. He busted that lead. And I got a new lead at B26. All right, I placed that in there. Let's see, get rid of those dice. The new lead is at B26, KZFEE radio, using the airwaves. Ditch effect as each cop gains 1 hunch. Lenny the Loudmouth is the nation's top shock jock and the city's biggest rumor monger. His loyal fan base of conspiracy theorists often prove to be useful, though, calling in with tips that often lead to arrests. Gotta love the tinfoil hat brigade. Okay, so that lead is way up there. Ying's gonna have to get up there. She's already there, so not too far away. Anyway, I busted this Vandal dossier. So after encountering this target, gain the active lead. All right, I did that. I think, yeah. Place this clue's token, active side up, in a random location. That location is going to be L29. L29. I think we're coming up on the end game here. I just need to make that clue inactive. And Ying's got to bust her clue, which she only needs 3 progress on. It's got 2 resistance on everything. And make that inactive. And so we're doing pretty good. There's only 2 influence on all along. And you only lose if you get 7. Remove this card from the game. Game a clue from the evidence pool if able. I am not able to do that. Correct. I got 3, 4. That is correct. Okay. So what has he done? He has exited the car. He did his card action of the action step. Did he do it fully? Yeah, I think so. He did it fully. So now he can try and there's this crime right there. What is that? That is I7. I7. Okay, that's this one here. That's this one right here. There's 2 progress on it. He just needs 2 progress to bust it. Normal cop action is no resistance, which is good for him. He's got, let's see, what is this card? Something to go on. Encounter 2 dice. Before the encounter, you may place an influence on a crime to gain 2 more dice. He doesn't really need 2 more dice. But if he tries to place a crime, he can put it on one of his cards. Should I do that, though? Because I want to be able to... Yeah, I should probably. Why not? Well, you'll give him 2 hunches. Place an influence. Yeah. I guess I'll do that. All right, so he's going to do his card step. He's going to play this card. Cautious. It's against this criminal right here, which is this criminal. It's 2 dice. For this encounter, you may place an influence on a crime to gain +2. So he would place his influence on one of these crimes and instead move it over to that one, which is his ability. That'll give him 4 dice. to move 3. I'm looking at these other... All right. Yep, that's all fine. So he's got 4 dice against 0 resistance. All right. He's got a lot of stuff there. He's got 1 critical, so he re-rolls or adds a roll, and he gets another hunch. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes and 2 hunches. 4 successes and 2 hunches. Let's see. Well, that's absolutely plenty to bust this. More than enough. There's no bust effect on it, unfortunately. But it now goes away. And I get 2 hunches. Morgan gets 2 hunches. That is the end of that. That was his card step. He did an action step. Now he's got a move step. He's got a move step and he's got some exhausts he can do. All right, I can take that off and exhaust it to discard a stress. Sounds good. Gonna do that. Discard 1 influence to move 3. All right, so I can move 3 and then I can move another 3. All right, he'll go attempt to inactivate his thing. So he's going to make his clue inactive that he just placed down. He's going to exhaust that. That'll allow him to move 3. He gets in the vehicle. He moves 3. 1, 2, 3. And then he has his move step, which is move 3. So 1, 2, 3. Then he will exhaust his vehicle. And, oh, well, there's no crimes in play, so that does nothing. 1, 2, 3. I mean, he could ditch the car, but yeah, there's no point to it. So that is his turn. Correct? Is there anything else? No. That's his turn. He now does the crime phase, but there's no crimes in the area for him, so he just draws a card. And it is no pain, no gain. Each cop may suffer 1 stress to move 3, then each cop may perform an action. Whoa, knocking over people. So I guess that is the end of the turn. That doesn't seem right. But I guess it is, according to these cards. So we now do the criminal turn. What was that? Why is this coming up, screwing up my stream? The criminal turn. There's no assets for Along to check. So we just placed down a new dope at E13 City Hall. Right there. Next to where Ying is. I don't know if Ying is going to want to be bothering with that. She's got to get over to that lead. All right, now we pull a case card. And we get ties to the syndicate event. If there are no inactive clues on the board, and there are. If there are no inactive clues on the board, each cop must remove a progress from a clue. Otherwise, because there are inactive clues, each cop must either discard a lead or flip an inactive clue to its active side. All right, well, I don't want to do that, so I'm going to be discarding all these leads. Damn, I didn't want to discard that one. There's one where I could discard influence from a crime. But I'd rather do that than deal with having to reset these clues. All right, so now it is our turns again. And let's see, who should go first? We got Ying there is going to want to... Well, she can deal with that. She's right there to crime. B13. Ooh. But she needs 4 progress on it, and she needs to get over to that lead. She's just going to let that criminal go? Is that what's going to happen? Going to let that criminal go? Morgan wants to get over there and work on that clue. I guess I'll send Ying first. She's going to unexhaust her cards. And she pulls a new crime. It is a gambling den. Backroom crime at E31. Way over here. Put that over there. This card cannot have more than 3 influence on it. So now, she did that. Now it is her turn. Does she want to go straight to that lead? And she's right there. She's right there. She can try, but she's got to do 4. She's got to do 3 progress on hers. I mean, that's what she should really focus on. So that's what I'm going to do. She's just going to let that criminal go. Let that criminal go. Get in the car. She's going to get in the car. She's going to do her move step of 3. 1, 2, 3. She's 2 spaces away, so she can exhaust her car because she has 3 crimes in her crime area. You can go 3 more. She only needs 2, though. 1, 2. Now she's next to the lead. So, she can... Let's see. 2 resistance on all of them. What if she uses that? Should she pull the aggressive one? Then choose a cop to discard 1 card to move 2 and place a progress on a crime. It's going to help so much. Each cop with a crime in their crime area gains a hunch. Then encounter 2. Encounter 2. Then choose a cop to draw 1 card. None of these matter to me all that much. So I guess I will do her action step. Is that what it's called? The action step card action. Choose a cop. That cop may draw 1 card. She'll draw it. She gets rethink, which is a duplicate tactic. Did she ever get her last tactic? Or no, everybody has 3 tactics, I guess. That's all I ever found. Yeah. Each cop may draw 1 card. No big deal. Then play 1 encounter card. Okay. She'll play tipped off. This will give her a hunch. Each cop with a crime in their crime area gains a hunch. So she gains a hunch. Then encounters with 2 dice. She needs more dice because there's 2 resistance, which means she needs to get a critical. Is there any way? Before each cop's encounter, that cop may discard 1 card to gain a die. Okay, yeah. She's going to do that. Certainly. So she can discard a card. She'll discard this rethink she just pulled. And that will allow her to gain a die. And each time one of your cards causes a discard a card, I can draw another card. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll take a hunch, because each time I discard a card, I can take a hunch. And this other card is each time I do it, I can discard a hunch to draw a card. So she'll take a card. She has plenty of hunches. It's another encounter. Analytical mind, which she already has. All right, she's ready to go. She's got 3 dice. Discard that for now, so don't. All right, come on. She needs. If she rolls really well, that'll be it for this clue. Well, she actually rolled pretty well. Oops. Got to show it. Didn't get a critical. She got a bunch of hunches. She can get 5 minus 2. That's enough. That's enough. She just discards 2 hunches to turn those to successes. That gives her 5 successes. Minus 2 resistance is 3, and 3 is exactly what she needed. So, that's good. To encounter this clue, you must be near the active lead. After encountering this target, gain the active lead. She gets the lead, which is each cop gains a hunch. A new lead goes on the board, which is curious drop-offs at F29. Right down there. Right down there. That's where the new lead is. And that's at Hoarder's Storage Company. That's a bad name for a storage company. Curious drop-offs. Ditch. During an encounter, lower the target's normal resistance by 1. The city's scum loves to store its secrets here, thinking it's safe because most employees are ex-cons and were once in the life. Luckily, most ex-cons would rather avoid doing time again, so we usually get a call when something suspicious shows up. All right, so that's there, and I'm going to have to, let's see. I bust this card, so I place the clue token active side up in a random location. That random location is going to be this one, J5, the Brook City Post Office. All right, all I got to do is make these 2 clue tokens inactive. Bust. Place this clue token's active side up in a random location. Remove this card from the game and gain a clue token. Okay. Done with that. So, she's done, I believe she did her move step. She did her card action step just now. So she has a card step. She's also can ditch she's probably going to ditch the police vehicle and get over here and deal with that. But before she does that, trial and error, she can do a card step. What do we got here? Each cop may discard a card to move 5 and gain a hunch. All right, I'll do that. She's going to be hot on the trail. Each cop may discard a card to move 5 and gain a hunch. I mean, she doesn't need to move 5, but all right, so I'll just skip that for her and that'll be Morgan. Morgan will discard a card. What is he going to discard? Each cop may suffer. So he's got 2 no pain, no gains. So he'll discard that, which will allow him to move 5 and gain a hunch. 1, 2, 3, 4. He gets a hunch. And because he discarded a card due to Ying's abilities, Ying's discarding of it, Ying's ability to use a card to allow you to discard, he gains another hunch. And he could discard that, actually, to get another card. But nah, he won't. And then, let's see. Ying did her card step. She did her move step. That's everything. So she's going to ditch the police vehicle and move down to here, next to that clue. She's going to discard 2 hunches. That's going to make it inactive. All right, so now she is done with her turn. Well, unless she wants to do some of these exhaust effects. Choose a cop to gain a hunch. Well, she could use a hunch, just in case. I think the game's pretty much over at this point. Choose a cop to draw a card. Choose one encounter card in your discard upon drawing in your hand. She doesn't need to do that. Using the airwaves. So now we're on to these crime cards. Either place an influence on this card or discard a hunch. This will get moved over to here. Do that. Let's see. Either place an influence on this card or discard a hunch. Place it over there. This card cannot have more than 3 influence on it. Place an influence on this card. Then roll 1 die. Well, she'll just place an influence on it. So now that is set. She gets to draw a card. She draws tipped off the normal cop encounter. And it moves to Morgan's turn. That is, she is done with her turn. Morgan unexhausts. Pulls a crime card. And this is the last crime card. And this is possibly the last crime card of the game. Q8, Queen's Bishop's Pawn Shop. Q8. This card cannot have more than 3 influence on it. This is a crime backroom gambling den. Place 1 influence on this card, then roll 1 die. So it's similar to the other one that Ying has. Yeah, I mean, the game's done, I guess. Because he now just needs to discard 2 hunches. He flips this to the inactive side. And let me check. Oops, I didn't show that. He discarded 2 hunches and then flipped this to the inactive side, and now all the clues are inactive. And I think that's my victory condition. Clue tokens are not placed on the board. During their turn, if all 5 clue tokens are on the board and inactive, the cops win. So I win. Although I kind of feel like maybe I should go down there and bust Ying. I mean, bust Ying. Bust Ah Long. What time is it? All right, we got time. I'm on, why not? I'm going to try that. He's going to ditch his cop car. Let's see. He'll ditch his cop car to bust his ass over to here. And he's next to Ah Long. Ah Long has resistances of 2 down the board with all 3. So, do I have that aggressive one? I do. All right, this is going to bust him. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. This one right here. I'm going to use this one and counter 2 dice. Then you may suffer any number of stress to place an equal number of progress on your target. So I'm definitely busting them. Then I got discard 1 influence with this card, discard 1 stress, discard 1. Wait a minute. When an influence will be placed on a crime, you may place on. Discard 1 influence card during cop's encounter for that card to gain a die. So I will do that. Gain a die. Sounds good. Before this encounter, you may place an influence. Oh, well, I'm not doing that anyway, so that doesn't matter. All right, so I'm rolling 3 dice against a resistance of 2. And I'm going to take a ton of stress, but I'm going to bust him in 1 shot. All right, so we got a critical. Jeez. I got to test these dice. I think they're not fair. They give me really good results. Better than I should be getting. Like in this case, I rolled 3 dice, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes and 2 hunches. So I can use those 2 hunches and give myself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 progress. Or 6 successes minus 2 is 4 progress. And I need another 4 progress. So with this particular card, then I can suffer any number of stress. Also suffers 4 stress because he currently has no stress. Place an equal number of progress on my target. 4 along is busted. Boom. So he's done. So yeah, I definitely won that. So that is that. That was this one in 3 parts. Should have been 2, but the stream went down. My something happened. Gonna get rid of that. And I was successful. It was a little bit, yeah, it was kind of easy. I read online Morgan is kind of overpowered. But I do want to play with him. I like that show Dexter. So I don't know. If I play again, maybe I'll try and come up with some way to nerf him or just make the whole thing harder. Like, I think generally there should be less influence needed for the suspect to win. In this case, he needed 7 influence, and he got 2. Usually it's less than half the amount of influences on these games I've played. But then I might be screwing it up too. Sometimes, as I've noticed, sometimes I forget to play during the dispatch phase, the beginning of each cop's turn, I forget to pull a crime card. And I think I caught them all, but maybe I didn't. Anyway, I'm thinking of going back to Zombicide, Undead or Alive for my next stream. So if you're watching, thank you for watching.